Hey guys, so here's another tutorial for you, and this is actually two in one. So we're gonna look at turning a photo, a colored photo, and give it a sepia tone, as well as a vignette effect. And yes, I had to look up the pronunciation of that word. Okay, so let's start. You want to make a copy of your background layer and a new layer that we're gonna fill up with a solid color. And make sure that your solid color layer is above your picture. And so right now you can see that, it's not exactly that usual sepia effect that we see. And that is because we can see the colors from the photo coming through. And we're going to take that out by making this a black and white photo. So let's go to Image and Desaturate. Okay, so now you can go ahead and adjust the opacity of your solid color layer. And whether you want it more black and white or more showing the solid color that you chose. And you can try to see the other blending options as well. I personally prefer overlay and soft light. Okay, so another way to do this sepia effect, and it might be easier in fact. So double click your black and white image to go to the layer style and choose color overlay and pick the color that you want. You can adjust the color and see it immediately as you're choosing it. I'm also adjusting the color a little bit here. I wanted to make it a bit more orangey and brighter. So it depends on what you want. Okay. So for the last way to create a sepia filter, let's make another layer from the background. And let's go to Image and Photo Filter. So this is another effect. And I'm just gonna switch up that layer, put it at the top so we can see it. Image, Photo Filter. You have two options here. You've got the warming filter and an option to choose the color. So this is another way to do it, but it yields a bit of a different result. And I'm not a big fan of it because you don't have control over the opacity or the blending option. But it doesn't look too bad, it's just different. So it depends on what you prefer. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust the curves for it. So we just want more contrast, brighten up some of the highlights, and add some shadows. Okay, now we're ready to add our vignettes. We need to add another layer or stick to the other blank layer we had hanging around. And we want to make another solid color with this, and it's just going to be black. You can choose a different dark color, but vignettes are usually black. We're going to use our elliptical marquee tool to make a circular selection over there. And then you want to right click, go to feather, and enter in the amount of pixels that you want the edge of the circle to be faded out. So here we go. We've got a bit of fading in here, a bit of feathering, I mean. I want it to be a bit more, so I'm just gonna undo that and increase my feather radius. And there. So this is the effect that I would usually prefer for a vignette. So like the sepia layer, make sure that this black layer for the vignette is on top of your image. So you can adjust the blending option right there. You can go ahead and adjust the opacity. And I think we're gonna settle upon color burn blending option because I want the black to show through the highlights as well. Adjusting the opacity here. And to make the vignette effect more pronounced, we're gonna make a new layer. So let's duplicate that layer. So you can see that it's already darker. Make the adjustments to your opacity. And I just want to tweak this a little bit using my free transform tool. I've chosen the layer underneath, but you can choose whichever vignette layer. I'm basically adjusting the positioning of the vignettes, and that is all there is to it, really. Okay, so here's our before and after, and I'm just gonna save that. If you want to keep your layers, save as, and make sure that the layers box is checked. And I'm gonna make another copy of this file without layers. So it's just gonna be one image. And that is it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know what other stuff you want to learn in Photoshop, and I will see if I can do it.